The Pink Floyd album Atom Heart Mother. It was released in 1970 and produced by Pink Floyd. So this album I got Christmas 2009. I remember getting it still pretty well and listening to it the first time. This was the third to last of their studio albums that I actually got. And I kind of put off getting it for a long time just based off what I had read about it, mainly because the title track, which is kind of the main thing on here because it's so long, it's like 20 minutes. It's this long, basically instrumental. It does have some like vocals, but they're not like words really, they're just kind of singing like nonsense stuff. But it's this long instrumental that has a bunch of like orchestration and stuff. They were working with a guy named Ron Geeson, I think it is. That's how you say it. I'm not sure. Sorry if I got that wrong. And I think he wrote like all the kind of orchestral parts and stuff like that. So this has like strings on different songs and stuff. So it's kind of like, I don't know, their Soft Parade or something. But yeah, I kind of back like even when I got this, I wasn't really as into instrumental music as I am now. I was starting to appreciate it more then, but I still hadn't like fully got into it yet. So I was really kind of surprised when I got this album, and I liked the title track really basically right away. It's kind of divided into different sections, all with kind of like silly names. There's Father Shout, Breast Milky, Mother For, Funky Tongue, Mind Your Throats Please, and Reminiscence, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's I didn't really keep track of like which part's which as I listened to it. Like I never really do. But it's pretty cool. Like it's, I guess the Nick Mason and Roger Waters had to do like their rhythm track all in like one take, and I like Nick Mason's drumming a lot on the song. Actually, I think he plays some cool stuff. And it's just, I don't know. It's a song that like not all of it works. Like not all the parts are great. There's kind of this one part in the middle that's a little bit more like kind of just weird noises and stuff. But I feel like as a whole it's actually pretty enjoyable though. Like most of the parts of it are pretty good. There's just a few parts that don't really work, and they're not really, I don't know, it doesn't go on too long that it like ruins it or anything. But I definitely think that, you know, a lot of people talk about like metal being kind of the place where Pink Floyd found their sound and kind of show what they're going to do on the next more successful albums like Dark Side and stuff. But I almost feel like you can hear it here, like definitely more than anything I've listened to before this album so far. I can definitely hear in like some of the instrumental stuff they're doing, especially with like what Rick Wright's playing on this song. I can hear like stuff that they're going to start doing later on. So that was something that I kind of just noticed this time, I feel like. The second song, If, is another one of those like Roger folk songs that he's been doing. And it's nice, it's got some like cool guitar in it. I'm not sure if it's Roger or Dave, but it's a good song. Not my favorite Roger song. I kind of like my Roger songs angry and political, but it's pretty good. The third song, Summer 68, is a Rick song. This one, I really like the intro part to it and just like the main kind of piano thing he plays all the way through it. It's got kind of like softer kind of verse parts, and then I think it's the chorus is this louder like how do you feel bit. And it's got this cool like, I don't know, this another cool like instrumental part that kind of comes up in it towards the end. It's a really cool song actually. Kind of, I don't know, I guess if I had to pick a favorite it'd probably be between this and well, I don't know, honestly. There'd be like 3 songs maybe in the ring, because the title track is really great, and even though it's not like perfect, I don't know, it is kind of to me like the highlight of the album in some ways. Anyway, sorry I'm rambling. The fourth song though, Fat Old Son, Dave Gilmour song, and this one I actually like a lot. I actually like it kind of better than most of the stuff from his later era, even though I've been kind of learning to appreciate that stuff a little more than what I had. But yeah, it's got some a really good vocal from Dave. I think I've always liked his singing on here a lot. It's got some cool bass from Roger, I think. And yeah, just the guitar solo at the end of the song, I think is really great, and I've always thought it was kind of a highlight of the album. And then the fifth and final track is the one that kind of like, I guess tonight, the listen that I gave it tonight, I'm starting to appreciate it a little more than I used to. But Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast, I kind of never used to like. It's divided into 3 parts: Rise and Shine, Sunny Side Up, and Morning Glory. Not really sure where all the parts, end really. But it's like 13 minutes, and it's kind of like there's some nice piano, and then there's like breakfast noises, and then there's some acoustic guitar, then there's breakfast, and then there's kind of like a cool instrumental part. I used to think it was kind of like a waste of time, and it was just really boring, but I'm kind of starting to appreciate the instrumental parts more, and especially the end part of it is pretty cool. But the breakfast stuff is kind of I think a better idea or like a better sounding idea than the way it really worked. But still not, I really don't hate it like I remembered hating it. So, Adam Whore Mother as a whole, not really one of their albums I listen to a lot. I kind of have to be in the mood for it because, I don't know, it's just one of those albums. But I'd probably give it, I don't know, probably like a 3 out of 5 to maybe 4 out of 5 if I'm feeling charitable that day. It kind of depends on how Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast hits me. But definitely not a bad album, but not one of their best. Just kind of a really different album for them. Not something that, even though I think it definitely points the way towards Dark Side a little bit more than what people typically talk about, it's definitely kind of a one-off thing for them.